Hello children. In last class we learnt B forms in primary auxiliaries. Right. So what are the B forms? The B forms are am, is, are, was, were. And here also we are going to learn in this session, day 7. So we are going to learn do forms. Right. Same as B forms. Right. So what are the do forms here? The do forms are here do, does, did. So here in this class you are going to learn the functions of do forms in the sentences. So do forms. So what are the do forms here? Do forms. What are the do forms here? Do, does, and did. Do, does, did. These are the B forms. Right. So these do, does, and did are used with present tense and past tense in the sentences. Where do we use them? We use them in present and past tense in the sentences. For example, do, does always go with present tense. Do, does always go with present tense. So when it comes did always goes with past tense. So now let us see in the person point of view, right? In the first person point of view. What are the persons? Right. So first person, second person, and third person. So in first person, here do, does, right? In the first person, what are they? I and we. I and we always take do in present tense. I and we always take do in present tense. What about in past tense? So I and we take did in past tense. Right. So when it comes to second person, you. So you. What is you here? You. Second person, you. So right, you always takes do, and here you always takes did in past tense. Right. When it comes to third person, he, she, it, and they. So as we all know, these three are third person singular. Third person singular, he, she, and it always take does in the sentence. Right. They always take do. So when it comes to past, he, she, it, so and they always take did in past tense. So you have seen, right? So I and we always take do in the past tense did. So second person you takes do in past tense did. So he, she, it take in present tense does, in past tense did. So right, they takes do in present tense and in past tense did. So did. So did it takes, right? So now here you see, right? So now we saw, right? So now what is the point here? What is the point? First point to remember. The first point to remember is do, does, did always, right, used in or used with. Do, does, did are always used with present tense and past tense in the sentences. Present tense and past tense in the sentences. Present tense and past tense in the sentences. So now let us see. So where do we use? Let us write the examples, right? Let us write the examples. Okay. So we use do, does, did in present and past tense, right? Present tense and past tense. So here in present tense and past tense, especially we use them in framing in framing negative and interrogative sentences. So where do we use them? We use do, does, did are used with present tense and past tense, especially in framing negative and interrogative sentences. For example, let me take one example. For example, he likes coffee. He likes coffee. So now here likes, let me underline the verb here, likes. Likes is what? Already we have seen the different types of verb forms. Likes is here, it's a present form. What is it? It is a present form. What is it? It's a present form. So what is likes here? It's a present form. So here likes, it includes the be form called, the do form called, primary auxiliary verb do form called does. So here likes can be written does plus like. So we already seen, right? So this is a third person he. So we use with he does. Does always goes with he. And when you use does, right? So now here we use them especially in negative and interrogative sentences. Let us see what are negative and interrogative sentences. How do they come in negative and interrogative? Let me write some more example. He likes coffee, right? He likes coffee. What kind of sentence it is? It is a affirmative sentence. Affirmative sentence is nothing but positive. He likes coffee. So when I want to change this into a negative sentence, how do I change this? I'll change it as how? Does plus like, right? I can take the help of do form and I can make the negative sentence. So in making negative sentence, likes is here main verb. What is it? Likes is main verb. So what is the helping verb here? The helping verb is here does. The helping verb is here does. I mean primary auxiliary do form. Right? So I can make a sentence. For example, he does not like coffee. So if I write the sentence with you or they, for example, I can make a sentence. They like coffee. Like is here what? Right, it's a main verb. So we don't have we don't have here helping verb. So what is the helping verb implied here? Like means do plus like. So do plus like, we can say that like. So they like coffee. So what is the negative form? They do not like coffee. So now we have seen, right? So we have seen here, right? So if I write these two sentences, right? So I write likes is here, it's a present form, main verb. What is the helping verb? It is implied here does, right? So when it comes to, so when I change this into negative, it does not like coffee. So for example, they like coffee. Like is here do plus like, right? So how is the negative? Do not like coffee. So here like is present form and the verb is main, right? So here do not like is negative form, right? So when it comes to, let us see one more example, right? Now let us see one more example, right? For example, if I write he liked coffee, I just wrote I just wrote here, he liked coffee. Liked is here, it's a main word. And liked is here, it's a main verb. What is the form here? It is a present form, past form of a verb. It is a past form of a verb. Liked is here what? It's a past form of a verb. It is a main verb, right? Past. So liked he is here when it is a past, right? So what will be the helping verb when I want to change this into a negative? So when I want to change this one into a negative, I need the help of a helping verb. What is the helping verb here? Liked means did plus like. Did plus like. Did plus like is equal to, we can say that, liked. So he liked coffee. So when I change this into a negative, he did not, or he didn't like coffee. He didn't like coffee. So now many students, many of them may commit the mistakes over here when they use do, does, did. When they use do, does, did, many of the students commit the mistakes. For example, so we use them in regular spoken language, right? In a regular spoken language, these words are very helpful. So when we use them, so we commit many mistakes while using do, does, and did. Simply we can say that, for example, so many people use like he did not like coffee. So like they will use here. Two past forms will be used. So for example, go and gone, went. So for example, I went to movie. When I say the sentence, I went to movie. So when I change it into a negative, so how? So I did not go to movie, actual sentence. But many of them we use that I didn't went to movie. I didn't went. So did is the past, went also past. In a sentence, two past forms must not be used, right? So now here, so the past did always takes the base form of a verb, and also does or do also take the base form of a verb, right? The base form, like or like. So now you see, I think you have no. Is it clear? Is it clear? Right. I hope it is. It is very clear. It is very clear. Let us see for some examples. I write only present forms, right? Present forms here. Just I write. For example, I wrote, for example, likes. How do I write? Does plus like. If I write like, how do I do plus like? Right. So now here, if I write liked, here did plus like. So here this is present form, this is past form, right? This is past form. In past we used it, in present we use does or do. When do we use does? We use does. So right, we use does when the third person is singular. When do we use do? Right. So here I, we, you, they, these persons we use do. So when do we use did? Did is used, right? All the persons, whether it is whether it is first person or second person or third person, whatever it might be, we use it. For example, if I write go, goes means here, right? Does plus go, right? Go means do plus go. So here, when I write the second form, went is here, right? Did plus go, went, did plus go, right? So these are the forms we use in this way, right? So here, for example, he goes to school. Can I say he goes to school? One example. So when I change this into a negative, how can I change this? So he does not go to school. He does not go to school. Let me write the example here. For example, he goes to school. Right, he goes to school. So when I change this, right, when I want to change this a negative, how can I write this? Does plus go. That means he does not go to he does not go to school. Right, he does not go to school. Right, this is a negative. So one more point I added here, right? So when do we use do, does, did? So we use them in present and past tense, especially in framing negative and interrogative questions, right? Negative and interrogative. So interrogative, negative also. Negative and interrogative. When I want to change this as a interrogative question forms there are two. I already discussed. Yes, no question and main question. 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 So yes, no question. If I want to change this as a yes, no question, I can take the help of do form, right? So how can I make? How can I write? How can I frame yes, no question? Does he? Does he? So he goes to school. I want to change this. So in goes includes here does plus go, right? So does he go to school? Does he go to school? Question mark. So what will be the answer? Maybe you can say yes. Yes. You can write he goes to school or yes he does. You can both you can write. Yes he does. Right. Or no. He doesn't. So you can answer like this. So for example, if I underline the word school, you should get an answer to school. So how do you frame a question? With the help of main question. They will write WH words. So how do we frame? So school means place, right? School means place. Place question indicate where. Right. Where does he go? So how do you write? Where does he go to? Or where does he go to? So he goes to school. You say that. You say. So that means here. So when do we use do, does, did forms? Especially in framing negative and interrogative. Interrogatives are yes, no question and main question. Main questions are WH questions. So here in this part, you will have 1 mark in public examination. So I already discussed. For example, if you do not have get clear idea about do, does, did, son, you will you write the mistake. You write mistake and you lose the mark over here, right? So that do, does, did, practice do, does, did. It's very important. Very important. Very important. So do, does, did. Okay, the second point is, so we use it in question tag also, in framing question tag. Question tag. So for example, same. For example, if I say he goes to school, question tag is will be given. Goes means what here? Does plus go, right? Does plus go. So now here, is it a positive sentence or a negative sentence? It's an affirmative or positive sentence. If the statement is positive, the tag must be in negative. So how you write? So this is a positive sentence, the tag must be negative. So does plus, right? Does and he, the tag. So here also, so we use it in framing questions. So when I teach you question tag, we will go in detail about these question tag, right? These question tag. And also there is a third usage. Sometimes we use do in emphatic use. Emphatic. Emphatic do. Emphatic do means, so when we focus more on a sentence, when we focus more on everything in a sentence, we use do. For example, he likes eggs. He likes eggs. He likes eggs. So for example, he likes to eat eggs, or he likes eggs. So now likes it's a normal sentence. This one I can write in another way. Right? What is the other way? He does he does he does he does he does like eggs. So here does, we focus, right? We focus. We used it in a focus, right? We focused on the do here, that emphatic use, right? So he does like eggs. And when it comes to, for example, in another also, for example, if somebody comes there, right? So he asks, "May I come in?" So what answer? What is my reply? My reply is generally come in. So for example, come in a general way of giving right permission. So now here, and if I say do come in, do come in. So come in is a like command. It's a command. So come in is a command, or right, come in is a command. So now do come in. If I say do come in, actually it soften the command. It soften do come in. It soften the command. So that means here we use do, does, did in right in three functions I have given here. Three functions. The first function is present past tense in framing, especially negative and interrogative question. Question tag. So interrogative, right? So question tag also we use it. So the third one, emphatic do. Let us see like table, as we saw B forms, as we saw right B forms, as we saw B forms. Now you see. So as usual, affirmative sentence, right? Negative sentence, right? Negative sentence, interrogative sentences. So affirmative, right? For example, I say that she writes a letter. I have written she writes a letter. Writes is what? Base form of verb. So write means here, writes means does plus right, isn't it? Does plus right. How can I change this into negative? She does not write a letter. Does not write a letter. So interrogative, how interrogative? So negative interrogative and affirmative interrogative. So how can I write this? She writes a letter. So I can start with yes no question as does she write a letter? Does she write a letter? This is one question. And when it comes to, I can write it another way also. The negative, what is the negative? Doesn't she write a letter? This is one more way. In another way also we can write. Does she not write a letter? Does she not write a letter? And here, when you look at here, write a letter, right? So when I focus it, a letter, what will be the main question form of this? A letter is it's like a the question WH question is what. Now here, so the question I can, what does she write? What does she write? This way. This is a main question. These are yes no question, yes no interrogative, and main question. What does she write? She write a letter. So now here, if I say, so this is that means what, right? So we have seen we have seen different types of, right, the forms of verb, right, different forms of a verb. So here, do, does, did, right, do, does, did. So especially present form, present and past, present and past form. Present form, I told you, writes or write, it becomes. Past form, wrote. Past form, wrote. Writes, write, wrote. Past form is wrote. So now here you see here present and past. Writes, write, wrote. So now present and past form, do, does, did always goes with present and past form, especially in framing negative and interrogative sentences. Writes, as you see, right? Does plus write. Write means do plus write. Wrote means did plus write. Did plus write. Okay. Do, does, did always goes with present and past form. In present form, does and do go, right? In past form, did, right? So we have seen, right? So I sent you many different forms of verb. So right, I sent you, right, the base forms of a verb, right? All the base form I sent you. Right. So take any 10 verbs. Only take any 10 verbs. 10 verbs. Take any 10 verbs. Right. Whatever you like. Take any 10 verbs and write only present and past form. Write only present and past form. So if you write present form, you just write writes is given. How you have to write beside writes? Does plus write. If write is given, you have to write do plus write. Do plus write. So here you have to give does plus write, you have to write. Here do plus write, you have to write. So what you have to do? You have to take 10 forms. In these 10 forms, so you have to write only present and past form. So if writes is there, does plus write, you have to write. Write is there, do plus write. Wrote means did plus write. So you have to write all the 10 forms like this. So after writing 10 forms, select any 5 verbs. Select any 5 verbs. So select any 5 verbs and make a table like this: affirmative, negative, interrogative. And so make a table like this: affirmative, negative, and interrogative. In these 5 verbs, frame the sentences in present, past, and. So have a nice day. Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a nice day and do the work given to you. Bye.